Hello everyone, this is the part 3, final part, hopefully, of my caliper interface. I've made the, well, I put the socket on the caliper one, so there, and what I did for my LCD display, I'll just prop it up like that. I just made a little adapter, so because I use my display for my solder spreadboard, I thought I'd just make an adapter. This goes in there and then plugs in. Yeah. Right, yeah, so let's just plug it in, shall we? There we go. Plugged it in. And so this is optional, this. I did try this before making this video, and there was an issue. It was with my firmware. I've updated my firmware, so it's now right. But basically, whenever I've been testing this and everything, I've always had both. Oh, hang on. I don't know if you noticed that flashing there. I'll just mention that this chip. This is the book, you know, the one that I said had been lasered off and rebranded. Yeah, if you touch that chip, it goes tits up. Basically, they're cheap shit chips. They work as long as you don't touch them. So anyway, that might have just messed things up a bit. I don't know. We'll find out anyway. Yeah. I'll better unplug it in, because sometimes it makes the USB go wrong as well. I didn't hear it beep, but I'm just going to check that. So unplug it, plug it back in. Oh, it seems that we're okay. Right, yes. So yeah, so it's optional, and because I've always had this plugged in and everything while I've been writing the code, I missed something. And this is on I2C, and this is on well, the output of this is on UART, and in my code I didn't allow for for the I2C being missing. So what we'll do is, well, you can see that works, and it's optional. So if I just move the thing backwards and forwards, so that works fine. I'll leave it down because I'm going to unplug it like that, because it's optional basically. But what I originally made this interface for was to actually use it on the USB, and I noticed it went ping, so I'm just going to unplug it again. When I unplugged the I2C, so I'll just check that we're okay again with the USB. I've had it running for the reason I've been late with this video is I've been in bed ill, and I left this running while I was in bed ill. So I've had this plugged in for a day or so, but anyways. So let's start my application. Here's my application, and it's currently plugged into COM port 9. So if we connect, we can see our readout on COM port 9. I'll just move this backwards and forwards, like so. There's no point looking at this screen because this screen is knackered. But there you can see that the measurement is as we go down. Right, so there, it all works. I'll just point out what the yeah. Right, let's just prop that back up again. I'm going to plug it back in. So I'm just going to unplug it from the USB, and I'm going to plug the LCD back in, because, like I said, this LED at this end, this is my debug. And what I've done is I have put, I made it flash 3 times if this is plugged in. So if I just watch down here where my finger is there for that blue LED, I'm going to plug it back in. That's if there isn't too much lag. There, you can see that flashed 3 times, and you'll notice that red LED comes on. That red LED is activity on the I2C. So if there's any activity on the I2C, which there's always some activity, that flashes. Well, it doesn't look like it's flash. It's going that fast. We can't see it flash, but it is actually flashing to say there's activity on the LED. So now I'll just unplug it, and then I'll take this out. So we've got that disconnected, and now because we haven't got this plugged in, this should only flash 2 times. Find my plug. There. So it only flashed 2 times because it knows that there isn't an I2C plugged in, and this yellow one, I might put. It might be wise to put a higher resistor on that LED just to dim it down a bit. Really, it is a bit bright. I've just pressed it again. Damn! I touched it again. It reboots the whole system if I touch that chip. Right, yeah. So, and there's 2 LEDs on this end here, on this side, and these are the UART TX and RX, and these they'll flash when we're transmitting and when we're receiving. So you should see these. I don't know if you'll see this. I put some really high value resistors on these 2. Because I didn't want them to use any current on the TXRX, but in real life you should be able to just see them sort of blink slightly, but it might not be enough to show up on the camera. So let's just see what happens when we connect. So if I connect, you can't see. Oh, can you see it? I don't know. Hang on, I tell you what, let me just set up my other camera. One moment. Alright, so there you go. So there's one's blue and one's green. You can see the blue one better. The thing is, if we look at the, I put the same value resistor on. I put 470 ohm resistor on both of them, and I forgot. Well, one's blue and one's green, and anybody who knows about blue and green diodes will know that there's a bit of a difference between the forward voltage on these, and so that's why the blue looks brighter. But in actual fact, the blue doesn't look as bright as it is. It's flashing really fast, but for some reason you can't see the flashing. Oh yes, you can. Sort of. It's all to do with shutter speed of these cameras, really. But anyway, they're very faint because I've put some high resistors there, and so don't expect a high bright flash. It's just there as a diagnostic indicator, just so that you can see that something is happening on on them two serial lines. That's all it is. Anyways, there we go. Yes. So what else is there to say? Well, there's nothing really. Just 1 minute. I should come up with a different phrase to just 1 minute. Yeah. So yeah. And there's just one thing I should point out. This is that this interface it can be changed with the firmware on it, but the firmware on it at the moment is for this type of caliper, which is, as far as I know, I'm calling it the Chinese protocol. It's the simple protocol that's on there, which I've done let me bring it up since I've done a full video on it, but I may as well just bring it up for a moment. Yeah, it's a lot easier to explain with some pictures. And get a nice big pointer as well. Yeah, so it uses a burst of 2 frames. So there's a 24-bit frame here and there's a 24-bit frame here. And let's see if this picture is good enough to zoom in. Yeah, so this first frame of 24 bits here, this will give you a binary, and that is for calibration. So if you don't have like I said, this interface of mine or some machine that takes one of these calipers, then this is never seen by the user. This first frame, the only thing that you see on your calipers is this frame here, which is the actual values of the frame, basically. So that's what that's what this interface is for. Is for the, well, I'm calling it the Chinese one, because from what I could find out, this is just the basic Chinese simple most effective protocol. So it may not work with others. I do know that there are others where it only sends a single 24-bit burst with 4 8-bit frames, and I've seen another one where it does another 20. I think it's another 2 24-bit frames, where it actually sends the raw, the actual it's got out of my head. It sends the actual the user value, and it sends the relative value as well. No, not the relative. Yeah, relative. Yeah, the relative. And the I've forgotten the name of the other thing. Anyway, it sends two actual values, and it uses the first 8 bits as a code, which is overcomplicating things, because if you're going to plug it into something like the software I've written, you can do all the fancy work afterwards. All you need is the raw data, and that's good enough. So what else is there to say? Let me have a think. Oh, right, yes. So once you've got it made, you've got it all plugged together, and you've got my software up, you obviously connect using the port that it connects to. The main application has a metric readout and an imperial readout. If you just want to see the imperial readout, just double click on this and it'll just show the imperial readout. Double click to come back, and if you just want the metric, just double click on the metric and you'll just see that. So, you know, depending which one you've got a choice of what you want to see. And then also with the Chinese ones, they also have a calibration mode. So what you need to do is you need to set your calipers to just over a millimetre gap. You know, you just have to guess it. You know, you can guess a millimetre, can't you? Just have it sort of like just over a millimetre, and then you just need to power on when it's like that. So let me just find where I've put the plug. So I'm just going to unplug it and plug it back in, and then plug it back in again. Reconnect, because it'll disconnect. We unplugged it, didn't we? Hang on, why ain't that happening? Let me just try unplugging and plugging that back in again. Nope, something went ping. Let me just nope. Right, try again. This is Windows. I hate it's my nemesis. Windows and USB. Let me try another plug. Let's try that one. No, that one pinged. Right, I've got that many USB things. Let's try it over here. Right, that's pinged. See if I can connect it this time. Right, we're on 11. Yep, there we go. Right, so reconnect, and then what you can actually do is you can check your calibration with this calibration button, and that will bring another little small window open for you. And if you've got something 6mm, like a calibration block, this I know this is 6mm, and then you just check it and see how far out your calipers are. And it says that my calipers are out 2mm. There's something wrong there. No, there's something wrong there. Yeah, right, I'm going to leave this in. I'm not going to redo this video, but yeah, what I'm going to try and do is unplug it and plug it back in again, because that's how it's supposed to go. Maybe. Right, let's right, let me unplug. I just want to try back in my other also. I just want to try back in my other socket as well. No, that hasn't pinged. And that hasn't pinged either. I think I've got a dodgy USB hub. Right, let's try it plugging back in there. Oh, I haven't set it at over about a millimetre apart. Anyway, there we go. Try this time. Right, that pinged. And it is COM11, isn't it? Yeah, COM11. Calibration. And let's see if we got it right this time. That's more like it there. Yeah. So I was off shot. Yeah. So yeah. So 6mm. So put your 6mm block in there, and that shows you how far out the calipers are. Well, since these, you can see that this is ticking over between in a different. Well, you can see you better see it better on this one anyway. You can see that it's ticking between sort of 1 and 5, 1 and 6. So, well, shall I say on this one here, 0.056116. So I reckon these only give an output within 0.05 millimeters. So yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh yes, and where are we? Let's bring one up there. Can you see I've got a fraction there? What all this is doing is converting this these thousandths of an inch into a fraction. So it isn't sort of like 1 inch, or if it was 1. 0.7, you don't add these together. That fraction there is actually. Let's turn that off. Mouse over there. It shows automatically when plus or minus 0.005 of an inch within within the fraction range. So it's so this will pop up when this value is within 0.005 of an inch. Well, within 5 thou, shall I say. So it's when it's within 5 thou, it'll give you a fraction. Since we only use fractions to we only go down to, what is it, 132? Have I done? I think I did 32 seconds, I think. And so you can't go lesser than that in a fraction. Yeah, I went down to 30 seconds, which is, well, it's more for you. Well, I'm sort of like from the building industry, sort of like. And we used to say the concrete guys, they used to work within half an inch, and when I used to work within half a millimetre. Anyways, enough of that. So that's it all working there. So the only reason for this video is just to show that it does work. I see a lot of people do stuff to design, and some things don't work, do they? Just so you can see it working. I'm running out of stuff to say. Right. Yeah. Oh, I'm rambling. Right, guys. If you watched it, thanks for watching. It's a bit of a shit video, this, but I thought it was necessary to do something. Okie doke. Catch you later. Catch you on the next project.